Monday.
Happy Monday, everyone! Where did all the seniors go? It feels like there's like 5 of you up there. So I wanted to announce the winning advisory for our C-Run Build activity on Friday. Everyone did a great job. Judges were really torn. So I want to give a shout out to Mr. Williams and Dr. G's path advisors. They tied for second place. So awesome. But our uncontested winner, I think got like 20 out of 30 points, was the Ciarni path advisory. So Ms. Ciarni is going to be in touch with you guys about a date and a treat. So pay attention to your chats. So congratulations, Ciarni Advisory.
So this is a little of a weird structure for break today, but please welcome our sophomore speech of the day from Thomas.
Here's the time when I went to bed with my grandpa when I was only 6 years old. At the time, my grandparents had come over all the way from Arkansas. While they were there, I made a bet with my grandpa that by the time I was 16, I would be interested in girls. Although I was little and I don't remember much from that time, I have a tendency to remember goofy bets and promises about the far future. If I won, I would get $5. And if he won, I would have to eat an entire plate of liver, which is really gross. Probably. I've never actually eaten it. I accepted since I wasn't interested in girls. I didn't understand why it would be, so why would I be in the future? As time went on, that feeling stayed the same, and I still never really understood it. In 6th grade, we started having middle school dances, and I decided to at least try asking a girl over to dance and at least see how it goes. I asked probably the only girl in my class who I could say that I knew. And as we danced, just like the way you just put your hands along with how you're just staring at each other, along with how slow it is, it was really uncomfortable. We spent the rest of the dance together, and luckily she agreed that dancing felt weird. And as we talked, I was almost as awkward as our dance from before. I thought, this is what people want, right? So why does it feel so wrong and strange? And I just assumed that I hadn't matured yet since I knew it was a big part of it. Unfortunately, or maybe fortunately actually, I wasn't able to go to the winter dance because I was sick, and the spring one was canceled because of COVID. During COVID, I had a lot of time to myself. And luckily, no one was there to see my weird middle school grown-up phases except for my family, and I was physically isolated from most everyone I knew. Yay! I began asking like a lot of random questions about things, like what exactly does this mean? What exactly does this do? And things like that. After looking up one of those things, I immediately thought to myself, wait, does that mean I'm gay? I didn't intend or expect to learn something so big about myself while looking it up, so it didn't hit me like a truck per se, but more along the lines of a crashing plane. Although it made sense and explained a lot about myself, I hadn't really considered I would be gay before, but after it did, everything started to click. That didn't mean it wasn't still a shock to me though, because although there was a lot of foreshadowing, everything just went over my stupid baby brain. It was weird because it was kind of a change, kind of not, because it was how I always was, it's just that I just then realized that. Over time, it became something I was comfortable with, and I fully accepted it as part of who I am. Because of how the majority of people may be, we expect ourselves to be similar to them, but that's not always the case. Also, my grandpa owes me $5.
vulnerable enough to share that with the community. Next up, we have Mr. Zeljo and a guest speaker.
Thanks, Thomas. Special. So a few announcements. First, I want to welcome Mr. Eric Hansen from the Web Schools. He's back there. You can wave to him. Mr. Hansen is here visiting campus for the position of Director of Student Life. So he's going to be in here during lunch. So I'll have some pizzas for any students who want to come by and meet with him and get to know him a little bit. That's on a first come, first served basis. So if you want some pizza, show up early. You don't have to eat the pizza, but you can come and get to know Mr. Hansen. So welcome, and that's at lunch today in here. Also want to welcome back the 10th grade from Costa Rica. Welcome back. It's not easy going to a different country with different cultures and customs and languages and food and sleeping arrangements. You all nailed it. So congratulations on everything that you've done to be great citizens and to be great 10th graders on that Costa Rica trip. So congratulations. Also, just a reminder, before we went to Costa Rica, I told you a little bit about the Steamships grant program. So that deadline is April 8th. So we have $2,000 or $3,000 to give out to students. So if you have a project idea that you'd like to do during the summer, work up a budget, and then submit that by April 8th. And then we'll let you know around May 1st if you get awarded that grant. So we'll do a little bit more around this. I can meet with students. If you have questions, you can come by my office, you can email me. But we really want to encourage you all to come up with these cool projects and do them during the summer. So that's Steamships grant, due April 8th. Okay, so here's an exciting announcement I have. So we have been working over the last, almost year maybe, but certainly a lot of the last few months on some new programming. We talked to parents about this 2 weeks ago, so you may have heard about some of this from your parents who attended our State of the School event with Mr. Key. And in fact, Mr. Key wanted to be here today to talk to you a little bit about it. And when he gets back, he's out today, but when he gets back, he wants to tell you a little bit more about it. So I'll give you a little preview of what it is. So over the last few months, we've been working to develop some of the 100 acres. So we have 100 acres out there given to us 10 or 15 years ago by the U.S. Army. That was federal land, Army land. That 15 years ago or so was sort of decommissioned and then given kind of parceled off. We got 100 acres, so we have a triangle out there, 2 of our playing fields and some other things go on out there, including our outdoor lab and some research, critter camps, etc. So we've been working to develop that land a little bit and to use for several reasons and several aspects. One is some new athletic facilities. So right now, I can't talk too much about that because it's not finalized yet. But we think there's going to be at least one, maybe more fields out there, maybe even a new track that's going to be the best track in the area. So we're working hard on that development. In the eastern corner, so where it comes to a point, there's some community and affordable housing planned. So this will be some housing for your faculty and staff or for other teachers in the area, maybe first responders. So as you know, it's very expensive to live in Monterey. And so for us to attract, and other schools to attract the best teachers, we need to provide some more affordable housing. So there's going to be the plan is for housing to be built on there. And then in between sort of the athletic facilities and the housing, we have some land that will be used for scientific research. So we're we're having some of the ideas to have a building out there where classes can go and teachers can go to work on scientific research. But it's also part of this larger innovation and sustainability program. So we've long had some environmental science and sustainability ideas, programs, and organizations here. And so we're going to build on that, and we're going to have it'll be electives, classes, organizations, groups, but it's also going to feed into existing programming. So one of the pieces that we'd like to have out there and to be working on here at school is AgTech. So agriculture technology is sort of the new thing where agriculture is mechanized based on sort of needs and based on efficiency, and also based on our advances in robotics. So we have a great robotics program. They're hard at work right now building their robot for those competitions. And so we want to leverage our interest and expertise in robotics to have an AgTech program. But it's not just for the robotics people, it's for lots of people. So if you don't see yourself as robotics, then there's still a space for you. And that's what we're trying to create, and that's what we're going to talk about today. So we have a guest, Chaplot, is someone that some of you all may recognize. She's been here for a couple summers when we had summer programs a few years back. So you all may have taken a robotics class with her or a biomimicry class with her. Raise your hand if you actually were here in Summer Bridge and took one of Shraddha's classes. Yeah, okay, yeah. So we've got 5, 6, 7, 8. Yehuda, raise your hand back there. I see you. Okay. So she's going to work with us on developing this program. We have a lot of support from teachers, from the Board of Trustees. We actually have some board members back here from parents. So we're really excited to get this going. And this is a program for you, for all of you. So Ms. Chaplot's going to talk a little bit about what the plan is. And if you have questions, you can talk to me, you can talk to her. She's going to be here all day. Now that the rain has stopped, we had a sort of an activity planned for after break, but now we're going to move that to lunch. So she'll be here at lunch doing some activities with you and answering questions. So I'll introduce Ms. Chaplot.
You guys are all too tall. I always have to lower this. Thank you all. You know what? Hold on. There we go. Okay, much better. Thank you all so much for welcoming me here. You have a beautiful campus, and I love this space. Mr. Zeljo, thank you so much for inviting me. I actually worked with Mr. Zeljo at our previous school, and we worked on some projects there, and I'm really appreciative that he keeps bringing me back to work with all of you. So what I want to do today is introduce our Phase 1, the launch of Phase 1 of our project, of our program, and it involves every single one of you, and I'm going to look up there too because it involves all of you up there as well, okay? And it's called Plant a Seed. So what I want to do is 3 things in the next maybe 10 minutes. I want to introduce you to me so you get an idea of who I am. I want you to learn about what our Phase 1 is, and you're going to watch a little bit of a video. It's 2.5 minutes long. I hope you're okay with that when you watch it. You might like it. And then I'm going to ask you to do something. And I really want you guys to do this because we are building this program around you. It's not what I want. It's not what Mr. Zeljo wants. It's not what any of us wants. It's what all of you want, okay? So there may be terms that you've never heard of before when I speak. It doesn't matter. That's the idea. You're supposed to be learning about new things that you don't know and seeing if you're interested or not. And we are going to be here helping you learn about those things. So a brief introduction to me. I graduated from UC San Diego and got a degree in electrical engineering and focused on machine learning and machine intelligence. And then I went into tech and worked there for 11 years as an engineer. I loved it. I love the technology. Any of you guys want to go work in Silicon Valley? Want to work in tech? One person. Okay, 2. All right. That's okay. Even if you don't want to work there, you all use tech. So I would highly recommend that you get involved in tech so you know what people are doing with it. So I worked in tech for 11 years, love the technology, but I really did not feel that the ethics was there, right? I love the tech, love the innovation, the impact it could have. But I decided that I wanted to go from high tech to high school because I wanted to make sure that all of you were able to get access to that technology, but that you were trained to use it for good, that you were trained to use it ethically in the future, okay? So I want you to learn skills, tech, and tools. I want you to utilize it in an ethical way to make positive change. And along the way, I want you guys to discover, explore whatever it is that you're curious about. When you're in school, a lot of you have to learn things whether you like it or not. But when I create projects, I want you to learn whether you like it, and if you don't like it, don't do it. You should not have to do things that you find that you're not interested in anymore. So that's what this is about, okay? So this is plant a seed. There are two parts to this. Plant a seed literally means I want you guys to go and plant seeds in the thing that you're going to see in a couple minutes, okay? Plant a seed, feel the earth, learn about where your food comes from, or where your clothes come from, or where materials come from. And then figuratively, I want to plant the seed of you recognizing that you have a part to play in this world. So whether it's through agriculture, whether it's through technology, or whatever you decide to do, you have a part to play. I know I'm going to keep saying this is about you. So you all must believe that you have the power to use your dynamic York education to change the future. I feel like I'm giving you a motivational speech. Half of you are into it, half of you are going to remember it later. Okay? So every student gets an opportunity to explore and pursue their passion through the lens of agriculture and technology. This isn't just for those of you who are interested in ag and gardening and farming. This isn't for those of you who are interested in AI, robotics, 3D printing, whatever. This is for every single one of you. Okay, so this is what's going to happen. So we are launching today. Today is March 11th. So we're launching today, and the kickoff is going to be in 2 weeks for the project. And then we're going to end by May 10th. So this is a really quick project experience, but there's a lot that you're going to be doing. This phase is an invitation for all of you to build your skills. And again, in your interest form, I'm going to be collecting what skills you're interested in learning. You're also going to get that hands-on experience. This is an invitation for all. Agriculture is for every single one of you. And there's no experience necessary. So if you don't know, that's okay. That's the whole idea. We're teaching you. Okay, are you guys ready for a 2.5-minute video? Yeah? Okay, all right, here we go.
Exactly 3 years ago, we introduced FarmBot Genesis, humanity's first open-source CNC farm machine. Since then, we've manufactured and shipped over 1,000 kits to early adopters in more than 65 countries. Together with our community, we've refined this technology, and now we're ready to bring FarmBot to the masses. Say hello to FarmBot Express and Express XL, the first FarmBots designed and built for everyone. FarmBot Express grows food for you by taking care of your garden 24/7. It precisely sows seeds according to your desired layout, and then waters each plant individually to take care of every plant perfectly. It can grow many crops at once and even accommodates large plants spreading over the front and back of the garden. Covering 4 times the area, Express XL is big enough to grow veggies for your whole family. Both of these new FarmBots come 95% pre-assembled in the box, so you can get set up in just 1 hour. Simply follow the online instructions to complete the assembly, mount FarmBot onto your raised bed, and plug it in. Robotic gardening has never been this easy. Using the FarmBot web app, you can monitor your garden and plan your growing season from anywhere. Our custom sequence editor now supports variables, empowering you with complete freedom and control over how your FarmBot works. Meanwhile, the drag and drop farm designer offers a game-like experience that is quick, intuitive, and fun to use. With built-in data for hundreds of the most common garden veggies, you'll be guided through designing an optimal layout in no time. What's more, with the Saved Gardens feature, you're just 1 click away from the next growing season, and the next, and the next. Using the onboard camera and advanced computer vision software, FarmBot can scan your garden multiple times a day, find weeds as soon as they emerge, and then remove them within minutes of being detected. 1.2 meters wide and 3 meters in length, perfect for the outdoor classroom, research lab, or small backyard. At 2.4 meters wide and 6 meters in length, Express XL is large enough to make fresh food the centerpiece of your home or school.
Okay, how many of you thought that was kind of cool? Yeah? Wouldn't it be great if we had something like this at our school? Do you guys like that? How many of you would work on it if you had that at the school? Show me your hands. That's it? That's not worth getting a FarmBot. Show me more hands. How many of you would work on it if we taught you how to use it? Yeah? Okay, so through the generosity of your school, we are actually getting 2 FarmBots. They should be here sometime this week. Okay, it's a really awesome experience and introduction into farming and agriculture and technology, AgTech. I hope you guys like that. That was great. It's supposed to be an introduction to it, right? It's not going to be exactly what you see in a farm. You guys are going to have lots of time to ask questions and comments, and I would love to hear all of your feedback, honestly, because this is how we're going to design it for you guys. And so what I would like to do is introduce our competition. I hear you guys like competitions too, right? Yeah? Where's the 8th graders? You them? They're like our little seedlings. Okay. All right, where's the 9th graders? Okay. 10th graders? They're still in Costa Rica, it seems like. 11th? 12th graders? All right. Well, this is the way the competition's going to go. 8th, 9th. No? Should it be 8th and seniors? All right, so what we're going to do, just to split you guys evenly, kind of evenly, it's going to be 8th, 9th, 10th, and then 11th and 12th for this round, okay? This is constantly going to be changing. Just because it is like this right now doesn't mean that's what it's going to be later. This is how we're starting off, okay? And so we're going to have a competition between you guys, but this is actually part of our timeline. I know this is like an eye chart when you look at this, but let me go over this really quickly with you. Today we are launching this program, this project. By Thursday, I would love to have everyone's interest forms. You guys are going to get the interest form at the end of the slide deck. You're going to get. Do you guys all have your phones with you? Okay. For some of you who have your phones with you, great. You'll be able to scan this. For those who don't, you'll be able to come by during lunch, or we will email you as well. You're going to send me your interest form. This interest form is going to tell me what times you like to be on campus. Do you like to be in person or virtually? Because I will be willing to support you guys and train you guys at the times you're available. Also, what skills are you interested in learning? Design thinking, FarmBot, solar panels. What are you interested in learning about? Because that's what we will be teaching you. Starting March 25th, so when you guys come back from break, because you guys have break for a week, during that time, Mr. Zeljo and I are going to be figuring out what all of you are going to be doing, when you're going to be meeting, and assigning you to whatever you're interested in. And then on April 8th, after 2 weeks of training, and I hope we get every single person, all of you back there, all of you over here, all of you up there, I hope we get every single one of you to sign up for a workshop. We will train you. It will be anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour, an hour and a half. Okay, so it's going to be a variety of times based on what you guys like. I hope you guys are all talking about FarmBot. Yeah? Okay. I hope so. All right. On April 8th is when we're going to launch the competition. That's when you guys are going to have 4 weeks, and that's when it's going to be 8th, 9th, 10th versus 11th and 12th, okay? And we will tell you what the competition is based on what we've been experiencing those 2 weeks. At the end, we're going to have an evening celebration, announcement of our winners, special prizes, and the end of phase 1. So this is just more of a visual look for you guys. We're in week 0 this week and next week, and then when we come back, we have 2 weeks of training, 4 weeks of competition, 1 week of celebration. I mean, it's all a celebration, but that's what that is. Okay? I really want you guys to get comfortable with pivots and being comfortable with troubleshooting. So pivots mean that things don't always go the way that you expect them to go. They can change depending on what you guys like. And then also troubleshooting. Things may not always work the way that you intend them to work. This is a real world experience. It's not your class. You are not getting support the entire time. You are figuring it out as if it was real life, because it is real life. Okay, I'm going to end with this. When I was my first year of teaching, I taught robotics. Mr. Zeljo and I were at Drew School in San Francisco, and I was teaching all my students how to use a robotic arm, so they were building that from scratch, and there was one student who just didn't like it. He was having a lot of issues with it. And instead of giving him a grade that didn't meet what he was doing, it was important for me to learn from him what he was interested in. He just couldn't work with the hands and the tools that he was using. So I discovered that he actually loved math. So he was very good at math, he was good at statistics, and in fact he was able to program the robotic arm. The reason I'm bringing this up is because not every single one of you is going to be into robotics. Not every single one of you is going to be a 3D printer or a person who prints on 3D printers or agriculture, whatever it is. Each of you is different, so that's how we want to design the program for each of you, so each of you can be a part of this program, okay? An opportunity for all. So this is the interest form. You guys are going to be able to just scan. You're going to be able to take out your phone, hit your camera. It's going to ask for your interest, your availability, and immediate project tasks, because we do have a couple when we come back. Okay, I really, really want you guys to send this to me by Thursday. When are you guys going to send it? What time on Thursday? Okay, 5 p.m. I heard a couple of things. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go to the next one because it's still there. Come outside during lunch. We're gonna do this right after break, but it's gonna be at lunch now. Outside, right? So it's gonna be outside. Come make some things. Learn about FarmBot. Ask questions. We're gonna be there. And then if you have any questions, you can email me or Mr. Zeljo. I know that you know Mr. Zeljo, but I hope to get to know all of you in the next 2 weeks. Oh, sorry, 2 months.